And welcome to Learning Crypto and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to run over the general market sentiment, have a look at what's going on in terms of Bitcoin market dominance, and then we will run over some news and what's been going on over the course of the last week. So we will start off on the Bitcoin dominance chart. I've got a new grey box area marked up here. Also my retirement zone, we'll get rid of that for now. But yeah, so looking back in time a little bit, 2017 alt season, we did peak to 71% and we did drop all the way down to 35%. I mean, chances are as going that low again, I can't see it, to be honest. There's a lot of big players back in Bitcoin now. I mean, there's nothing to say it can't happen, but personally, I don't think we'll drop down to those levels again. But we'll just have to keep as feet to the ground and see what happens. Hopefully, we can start pushing down towards 57% soon and pretty much hang around this area while altcoins absolutely fly. We're looking for a massive parabolic run, pretty much started off by Ethereum, if it happens. I know Ethereum is lagging behind in terms of technology, efficiency and scalability, so who knows, it may not be the one that leads us to away, but like history does show that Ethereum does lead the way. Just looking at Ethereum, the BTC chart, still massively undervalued. If you take it from the current prices up to the highs against BTC, there's still 308% to make. If that does a 300% move on the BTC pairing, you're going to know about it on this pairing. You're probably going to likely see $2,500, $3,000 at some stage. So let's just monitor BTC Ethereum price. If that does start to break out and close above this monthly resistance at 0.037, so that's around 37,500 sats, I think things are going to start to look really good and push on. Taking a look at the total too, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, continuing to rise. I mean, we're currently being up to $722 billion. Push back down a little bit, but I honestly do think that we are going to start to push on soon and see some type of growth like we did back in 2017, 2018. In the terms of Bitcoin, well, what we are looking for is pretty much a sideways Bitcoin. I've got this area marked up here at 42.8k and then the all-time highs at 61k. If BTC just keeps bouncing in and around there, that's going to be absolutely solid for alts. In reality, I mean, is that going to lowest we're going to go? Potentially. I mean, we do have some levels down here. 30k could be some nice natural support, but I mean, everything that drops down towards these levels is getting bought up by Sailor and all the big dogs. So I think this could be the new base bottom level if we do start to come down at all. And if people are looking for support, that could be one potentially down there. But yeah, with terms of BTC, it looks like the histogram is pretty much topped out on the weekly time frame, so I'm hoping for a nice crossover on the moving averages here and just a nice steady sideways Bitcoin, and that will pave the way for all other alts to start really pushing on. So if Ethereum BTC does break out and we are looking for a potential alt season, we can check this blockchaincenter.net alt season indicator, which is quite a good feature really. It is showing that we are now in a alt season. It's an alt season, so let's see how this works out. Hopefully alts can really start pushing on. If you're looking for actually how to know what it is, it does tell you here. So what is an alt season? If 75% of the top coins performed better than Bitcoin over the last season, 90 days, it is an alt season. So I mean, if you look at BTC down here compared to some of these projects, Luna is absolutely pumped. We know about Chili's, Matic, Engine. Some of these projects have been absolutely flying. In terms of greed and fear index, currently we are 66%. That is mainly down to Bitcoin really. I mean, Bitcoin has been ruling the roost for a while. The buying pressure on that has been pretty much tinkering away now and starting to drop, so that fear and greed index is starting to drop. At one stage, if you look last month, it was at 91%, which is absolutely mental, and then it did drop down to the orange, but it boomed back up. So even if this just stays around this area, even if it goes back down towards that area, then you wouldn't know that the price is starting to drop a little bit. But yeah, to me, all is looking good. Alt season index indicator is in the red, so that's starting to look good, and hopefully we can really start to get a push on altcoins from now on. So let's jump into some news from the last week, and currently what I think is probably the most informative and that we can gain something from. So let's talk about Ethereum. So it does say that bulls may re-emerge after the March 1.15 billion Ethereum options expiry. We do know that last month Ethereum got listed on CME Futures, which is an institutional trading platform, and that 1.15 billion options are going to expire. That is quite a significant amount. It does say over the past 2 months, the open interest for Ether options increased by 50% to reach $3.1 billion, with Ethereum price gaining 44% within that period. One other bit what I was very interested in is this part here. So most exchanges offer monthly exposures, although few also hold weekly options for short-term contracts. February faced the most significant expiry on record, with 630 million worth of options contracts, and this figure represented 23% of the open interest at that time. So that's a very significant amount. We do know that I've mentioned in the pre-analysis to this about Ethereum potentially breaking out. If that does break out very, very soon across a BTC pairing, the options, for example, towards the end of April, could be historic again. And throughout this year, depending how long this alt season lasts, the future expiries just could getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Really depends. Or I'm a little bit skeptical on the price push of Ethereum. We do know that Ethereum fees are absolutely astronomical. The network is unscalable. Transactions are taking a lot longer to get through. We do need this London upgrade to come into effect. I'm just a little bit wary about it. I mean, currently you're seeing gas prices around, I don't know, on an average $27 to $35 per transaction. One little upgrade in London, is that really going to make it such a significant drop? I mean, people probably would be happy $5, probably $6, $7 per transaction, but in reality, that against its competitors is absolutely astronomical. Like, you talk about Zilliqa, you talk about VeChain, all the big projects, Algorand, their fees are like 5-10 cents, so they hands down beat Ethereum. And I'm just a little bit skeptical, like I say, about whether this London upgrade is going to make such a significant impact on that. We have some news that is quite bullish for the Brave browser, that will integrate a dedicated smart chain DeFi wallet. Currently, if you do use the Brave browser, you can actually manually add the BSC chain. But what this is planning on doing is adding a pre-configured Binance Smart Chain wallet to the Brave browser. It does mention down here somewhere that it will simplify the process. That is what we want. We want everything to be easy peasy. We do know that there are a lot of new people coming to this space, and it is quite overwhelming once you do get into a space and you're thinking, right, there's this many wallets, I don't know where to hold it, I've got BSC, do I put that on an Ethereum wallet? If there's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself, whereas if something is already pre-configured, you do not have to go through that manual process of adding contracts to and mainnets to wallets. So this will massively help, and like I say, simplifying the process will be quite an easy process for them to do, hopefully, and just a one-click option for us to do once it comes. Just also say that in the meantime, the token at the center of the Brave browser, which is BAT, has also made compatible with BSC in the form of wrapped BAT. I actually never knew that, so it's quite a cool concept. Wrapping is a process by which tokens from one blockchain ecosystem can be represented on a completely different one. The most common example of this is wrapped BTC on Ethereum. We do know that I think that's in the top 20, so there's quite a significant amount of money behind that. And this is where the former is made technologically compatible with the expanded process of the latter. Our hope is that BAT and Brave will take the crypto mainstream and to make the DeFi user more friendly for the mass market. Again, some good words in there: simple, friendly. That's what we want. We want things to be nice and easy for us these days. So a little bit of bullish news for you there, and it's a good concept that we are adding a nice pre-configured smart wallet to the Brave browser. And finally, let's just touch on a little bit of geopolitics kind of news. We do know that the Turkish lira has dropped 14%. That is due to the president of Turkey sacking their central bank governor. And then from that, Bitcoin searches in Turkey spiked up 566%. This is not the first case. We do know that inflation across the world is devaluing the fiat currencies in certain countries. It's happened a lot in South America, Argentina, Venezuela. It's happening in Lebanon. We've seen recent drops in fiat prices there. Turkey's dropping 14%. I know 14% is quite a significant amount on your actual day-to-day currency. If you're holding your money in your bank and you still see £1,000 there, but it's worth 14% less, the amount still will show the same, but you've actually got less bang for your buck. So it's not good. But in terms of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you could say it's slightly good. It's not good to prey upon countries losing fiat value, but the searches for Bitcoin inevitably will start spiking. People want a better currency. People want currency that cannot be printed off left, right, and centre. Devaluing their currency. They want assets that can be backed by a specific cap. They want something, for example, Bitcoin, where we only know that there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. That's what we want to know. We don't want to know that somebody can come one day and print a load of new Bitcoin off. That's what we do not want. So inevitably, Bitcoin searches are going to rise, not just in Turkey, but across the world. So that is just a quick point on the Bitcoin searches there. And unfortunately, Turkey has lost 14% in a flash crash. So that is just going to do it for the news today and the general market sentiment. If you are not already, then please make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that like button, and we'll catch you next time.